Okay, so hi everyone. We will just wait for 2 more minutes and then I will start the presentation. Okay, so many of you I have spoken with you before this on WhatsApp or on phone call. Okay, and the people who are new to the session, you can anytime call me on my phone number. Okay. Uh, so here we are going to learn about SAP MM. Okay, so we will start from very basic. Okay, so we have a website hrushikeshkaule.com. So here you will be able to find the course, okay, and the curriculum or the syllabus for the course. And I'll just go down. You can go through these points, but I'll just come down to the curriculum. So here you can go through what topics we are including in our training. So see, you can see here like we are just getting started with SAP is very basic, like what is SAP, how to install, and all of these things. Then we have implementation methodology. So when you go to a particular company and you want to implement SAP, so what is the approach of doing that? So we have two sessions for that. Then implementation documentation. Okay, so just don't go with the timings here. It is I have to correct it. Okay, but each chapter takes multiple sessions actually. Now in implementation documents, you have all documentations what we do for the implementations, and then procure to pay cycle, enterprise structure, then all the transactions what we do in SAP MM, then the master data, then the particular process what we need to do in like import, service procurement, subcontracting, purchase return, STO, and then inventory management, materials movement, reservation, physical inventory. Then we will be doing all of these things in S/4HANA, so flexible workflow, migration, and then the interview questions. So this is the curriculum which I believe you have gone through it. If not, please go through it. And then I'll come to the presentation, which we will start. The subject will start from very basic, like SAP. Now, what is SAP? Who can learn SAP? SAP as a career. So everyone who is attending this, obviously everyone. Um, some of the people who are fresher, they don't know anything about SAP, so they will understand a little bit history of SAP, and then we can move ahead on that. The people who already have some domain experience, they have either heard about or they have used SAP as a end user. They know like what is the career opportunities in SAP, and on that they have evaluated or they wanted to move to SAP. Then SAP as a career, like what will be the milestones in the SAP career in going forward? So who can attend a student and fresher? Student means anyone like who already has a experience in manufacturing industry, who has experience in any other module and they want to learn SAP MM to upskill themselves. all of these people. So I'll just go to the next slide. So SAP is actually it's a short form. Okay, systems, applications, and products in data processing is the full form for that. Okay, and SAP is a name of a company which they have developed this particular ERP or the software. So SAP was found in 1972. So it's been more than 50 years now. They have improved their system. Like when they started, it must be a very like the software would be very, I think, not that accurate or not usable for all of the industry. Okay, but later on now, SAP in last more than 50 years, SAP has developed their software for every industry. They have got all the like if the way how they design is in from a particular suppose retail industry or oil and gas industry or automobile industry, any of the industry or pharmaceutical industry, they will get the best experts who have experience in that industry for 10, 20 years, and then they will ask them to set up a standard process, and then they will build that standard process in SAP, and they will sell that whole product with all standard processes to particular industry. So this is the way how SAP has evolved. They have built their system, and today at this moment they have almost more than 75% market share in the ERP market. So when we say in the ERP market is they have a specific set of companies or the companies who are what I have seen who are earning or the revenue is more than 150 CR crores Indian currency. So they can afford to buy SAP, what I've seen. Below that, they are not able to buy because SAP is a costly software, I would say. And infrastructure which is required, the servers and everything, that also cost a little bit more. So that is the thing. Now ERP core modules. So ERP has actually multiple modules. Now ERP is like just a minute. Okay. So SAP has multiple modules. Like more than 60 modules, but not all modules are used by all of the companies. So if a company at a small mid-scale company, they are not going to buy all 60 modules. They will buy somewhere 5, 6, 7, 8 modules. Okay. So when you think about SAP, so what are the basic core modules? Any company who is buying SAP has these basics modules, that is SAP MM, which is materials management, SAP SD, which is sales and distribution, SAP FICO, finance and controlling. Now these modules will be, if it's a trading company, these modules will be very basic. They will be using it. And apart from that, for a manufacturing company, they will be using production planning. Okay, and if required, if a company needs, they will also use human like HR module, HCM module. So HCL module is actually a HR module. Now later on in S4 HANA, SAP Success Factor has taken place instead of HCM. And then these are very basic modules, MM, SD, and FICO. And PP is one of the basic module. Now, these are functional module. So all of these modules, whoever is learning, they don't need to code, first of all. So you don't need to, you are not going, you will not need to code anything. So that is something people want to enter in the IT profession or IT companies and who don't want to code, who don't like to code, or who don't have the background of coding, they can come here and learn SAP, MM, SD, and any of the modules, core modules. So, ABAP and BASIS are two more modules. We call it as technical modules. So, in ABAP, basically, you need the people who learn ABAP, they need to code. Okay. Then SAP Fury is one of the new modules, which SAP Fury BTP, which is a technical module where coding is required. So usually the guys who have a background from coding, who like coding, they go into that particular module, ABAP and SAP Fury. So this is a little bit background of modules in SAP ERP. Now, who are the competitors for SAP? So Oracle and Microsoft. I would not say competitors because now at this moment they don't have any. Uh, they have a market share, but it's very small. Microsoft, Oracle, and Microsoft. So SAP is leading everywhere right now. So basically, what is ERP? So ERP contains or consists of multiple modules. Why we say modules is you can understand one module as one department, layman terms of understanding. So finance is FICO. Then we have purchasing. So purchasing is SAP MM, which is materials management. Materials management has two sub-modules, I would say. One is purchasing and the second is inventory management. Then we have SAP PS for project systems, SAP PM for plant maintenance, SAP QM for quality maintenance, SAP PP for production planning, SAP SD for sales and distribution. All of these modules are there in a ERP. So this particular screen, what you can see right now is a basic understanding of like what things ERP consists of. Then we'll come to SAP MM. Okay, so here the very basic cycle we call it as procure to pay. So the very basic cycle starts from determination of requirement. So a guy from any one of the department, what he will do is suppose I'm from a production department and I need some consumable. Suppose I need grease, oil, cotton, hand gloves, any of this. I'm just taking one example. So this guy will go to the system and he will enter that I need this material. So what are the ways of doing this? Like giving a requirement. I can call to the procurement department and say I need grease or I need gloves and I'll just give him the quantity. This is one way. He need to note it down and do all of the stuff. Now the second thing is the second way. Obviously, this way is not used usually now. Very small companies may be using this, but the second way will be like I'll be sending a mail to the department, purchasing department. I need this material. Now, what happens here is when I send a mail, suppose he is super busy in his job, he's doing because there will be two, three people in purchasing, suppose. Yeah, it depends, it all depends on how big is the organization. Like something like Tata Motors will have hundreds of people in procurement for different kind of procurements, they will have multiple people. But if you go to a small company, they will be having three to four or five purchasers, and then all the departments will be giving the requirements to them. So if they sell a mail, then how to track the mail is a big question. And then if he's super busy, he will not be able to attend all the emails or process on all the emails for purchasing. So these things will come up, and there will be no KPI, key performance indicator, like this procurement guy A, how many requirements he has received and how many he has converted in January month. So there is no performance tracking for that particular guy. And even if the material is delayed, it will impact the production, it will impact the finances, obviously. Now, what happens in SAP or in ERP is like requirement is basically entered in the system. So we call it as purchase requisition. So this purchase requisition will be created in the system, and then it will first go for the approval. Like I am the guy who is creating a purchase requisition, and suppose I can create anything in the purchase requisition, any material, any quantity, anything I can enter. So if it directly goes to the purchaser, then purchaser, he will buy the material, and suppose the I have given excess quantity which is actually not required. So a company's investment will be blocked. Like, suppose the material required for that particular job in January was like 10 items, which is 1 lakh. But I have given a requirement of 100 items which cost me 10 lakh rupees. So this additional 9 lakhs is now blocked, and others, it can be utilized in other investments or other buyings. So this is tracked by the approver. So when I create a purchase requisition, it goes to my manager. Then he checks whether it is really required. If not, he will reject. If not, if he has some query, he'll give me a call. He'll ask me what is the things. There is a provision of asking query in the system, in the latest system, which is um, SAP S4 HANA, where we are using flexible workflow for approval. So once he approves it, it will again go to his senior manager, and then he will ask few questions if he has, or he will approve it. Once the PR, the purchase requisition, is approved, it will go to the purchasing department. So hope you must have understood what is purchase requisition and a good idea about how it works. Now, when it is approved, the purchaser will see like, okay, there is one PR which is approved, and I need to process this PR for the uh, purchasing. So while purchasing, the first things come, the first step will be like source determination, like finding the vendor who will provide me within time, best price, best terms, all conditions should be best with that vendor. So what I will do is I'll go on internet, I'll check who provides this material, or the purchaser. I'm the purchaser at this moment. So I'll go in the system, Google, I'll check who is providing this material, and on that basis, I'll contact them as a purchaser. I'll tell them I need this material, this quantity. So, like I need your quotation. So then I'll create a request for quotation in the system, and I'll send the document to him by mail. Then he will fill up like what is the material, all specifications will be there in that mail. So he will reply with his price, the tax, the terms, the delivery date, and everything. Once I receive that, I will enter that into the system. Obviously, I'll get this from two, three, four vendors for comparison, and then there will be like I will check who is giving me at the lower price within my dates, and checking all the terms. I'll select one of them, and then I will award, or I will create a purchase order to that particular vendor. So here we are completing the second, third, and fourth step. Okay. And later on, what happens is I'm just calling him, like maybe he's giving me the material on 20th of January. I'm just checking with him whether he's in time. I as a purchaser, whether the material is ready, he has transported it, or when he is going to transport it, all of these things. So that is order monitoring. And when actually the material comes to my plant, so it will enter the gate, and the inventory guys, they will do the goods receipt. They will receive the material. They will do the goods receipt. So now before goods receipt, there is an inbound delivery, and few things are there before that. So we will go more detail. It will be a more clearer picture when we start that particular topic, like what is goods receipt, what are the scenarios, what things happen, how what happens if the material is damaged, or less material or additional material. These are multiple scenarios which comes into the picture. So we are going to go through that also. Then we come to once the goods receipt is done, it is informed to the invoicing department or the finance department with the documents provided by the vendor. We give it to the finance department, and then the finance department will make the invoice in the system, and then the payment will be done as per the payment terms. Now, what is payment terms? We are going to learn. Okay, this particular session today, it's an overview. uh, each point what we have discussed today, it's one different separate session for that. One for purchase requisition, one for purchase order, one for RFQ. We have a separate session for this. If you don't understand, ask me. And keep in mind, we are going to go deep in every one subject over here. So don't worry if you understand a little bit less. Okay, then we will come to SAP now. This is more of a procure to pay. Now, in procure to pay, we have discussed a very simple cycle. We have different cycles in here, different procurement processes like domestic procurement, import procurement, service procurement, asset procurement, subcontracting procurement, stock transfers, all of these things are here. We are, everything is different. We are going to learn in detail everything in our sessions. Then we come to SAP. Now, SAP basically they have uh, transformed themselves as the age is changing, the technology is changing. They have to upgrade themselves. Okay, everyone has to upgrade themselves. Even we need to upgrade. If we learn something today, or we have learned something 5 years back, on that basis, we cannot survive in any industry today. We need to learn that for every technology, there will be a specific time period when the major upgrades will come into in technology. So everyone has to, like in programming, if you are a coder, you have every 2 months you have something new in the technology. So you have to learn that, and then you can go to switch a job. Now in SAP, what has happened? Even SAP needs to survive, but it is not about their survival because they are already 75%. Now, what they have done for as the technologies like getting better, they have before 2015 or 14, they were working on SAP ECC, the version, and now after 15, they came on SAP S4 HANA. Okay. So what is this two different terminologies or things I'm talking about? So you must be having Android or iOS devices for your mobile phones. So every maybe 6 months you are getting an update. So you have iOS 11 or Android 11, and then you will be moving in within 6 months. They will be giving an update. You will go to Android 12. Then after 6 months, Android 13, 14, like this, you'll be moving. So here, what SAP is doing, SAP has also upgraded their software. So, so their previous version was ECC, and now the updated version is S/4HANA. So you can see this particular screen over here at the left side is your ECC. So this can be, you have to have a small software of 1200 MB in your system, which you will double click, enter your ID password, and you can see this screen. Okay. The other part at the right side, this is a SAP Fury. So SAP Fury is a product of SAP S/4HANA. So this is a web-based application. So you will get a link, you enter that in your browser, and then enter your ID password, and a screen will open for you. Okay. So there are many things which has changed from the GUI. We call this left side screen as GUI, SAP GUI user interface, SAP Fury user interface. So many things has changed in GUI to Fury. Now the latest, everyone is either moving to SAP Fury, who have already SAP in their plant, and whoever is newly implementing SAP, they are going to SAP Fury. So today's market is SAP Fury, SAP S/4HANA. It is today's market. So we are going to learn everything with SAP Fury. Okay. Now, there is one more thing. If you go for your job, you will find SAP GUI also. It is not like it is absolute. It is not like it is, no one is using it right now. So what we do is we learn the older interface also and the new interface also. So everything what we do in SAP GUI, we will do that in SAP Fury. So when you go for an interview, you are confident about Fury, you know everything about Fury. This is our approach. Now, these are, I've just taken an example. These are multiple modules from SAP. It is more than 60 modules, okay? But not all modules are used by all companies. As I told you, the core modules which are used by all companies, I've shown you that. Okay. Now, so now what SAP is doing, SAP is upgrading themselves every year. Okay. So if you see here, it is SAP 1511. This came in SAP 2020, 2015. 2016, it was 1610 version. S4 HANA 1610 is a version. S4 HANA 1609 1709 is a version. So every year, as our mobile gets updated every 6 months, 1 year, SAP is giving a update every 1 year. So then we have S4HANA 1809, S4HANA 1909 in 19, 2020 in 20, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. We have, so SAP in every upgrade, they will bring many new things into their own software. So this is SAP's approach. Okay. Now we'll see like SAP as a career. What about like if I'm learning SAP? So what career opportunities I have in market? So I need to understand that. So basically, who can learn SAP? As I told, like SAP. Yeah, one more thing about SAP is it is not like a person coming from a particular education background only he can learn SAP. So SAP comes any with any background you can learn SAP. Okay. So if you have finance background, you have FICO. If you have mechanical background, you have MM, PP, QM, all of these modules. Then if suppose you are from computer background, CS background, programming background, and you want to learn SAP and you want to learn something more in like you want to learn SAP MM, no worries, you can learn because it is not dependent on your education. What you learn in SAP MM, which is purchasing and inventory, no school, no college, no degree is teaching this. No one is teaching this. So this is totally independent from your education background. Now, what about many people have this query, do I need to have some job background to learn SAP MM? So it is not required. Whether like what companies want? Do they want your do will they check your background? No, they will not check your background. Okay. So whatever educational background, whatever your professional background you are coming from, don't worry, you can learn SAP, you can get a job in IT or manufacturing companies. So, type of work as functional and technical consultant. So, we'll come to this. Before that, I'll come to what kind of companies you'll get job. So, all IT companies, Tech Mahindra, Accenture, TCS, Capgemini, Cognizant, and all small, mid-scale, all IT companies are SAP service provider. So you will get job in any, you can get a job in any of the IT company. And then the manufacturing companies, like if you go to any big companies, if you go to Bajaj, if you go to Tata Motors, if you go to Mercedes-Benz or a number of companies. So what these guys are doing, they have, or Volkswagen. So they have their own IT teams inside their company. So they are running manufacturing, and with that they are having a IT team with that. So you can get placed into that IT company too. So, and it's a IT culture. So it is not like it's not IT company. It's by name it's not IT company, but the culture is IT. Okay. Many of my friends they don't prefer to go in IT companies because of the culture maybe. They what do they say? But they go to manufacturing companies within their IT teams. They go for that. Then salaries. So salaries are like if you're a fresher, you'll get 2 to 5 lakh. Then 3 to 5 years of experience, 5 to 12 lakh. You can consider your experience into 2.5 to 3 uh, times you will get. Then 5 to 10 years, it is 10 to 30 lakhs. 10 plus years, it is 20 plus lakhs. 20 plus means usually right now the range is with about 25 lakhs and you will get 24, 25, 30, 32, 35. This is the range. If you go to 15 plus, it is a different thing. You will be a manager at that position. Okay. So these are the things. Now, for type of SAP, like type of work as functional and technical consultant. So here what happens is, oh, sorry. So here what happens is, okay, I'll come to that. I'll go to the website and then okay, so everyone, first of all, you get logged in to this website. Okay, so few lectures in the beginning. These lectures are preview, so you can easily go and check the lectures. Okay, and later on it will be like once you pay the charges, then you will be able to see that we can discuss on WhatsApp. Okay. Here we have preview. So I'll just go through this. Okay, we'll first come to this. I'll complete this. Functional and technical consultant. So technical consultant, they more work on the coding part and everything. So SAP MM is a functional module. So is what we do here is understand the business process. So this is a full. implementation in within a implementation, what are we doing? Or if you are even working on support, what you are doing is here. So we will, if we go to a particular company and we want to implement SAP over there, so what first thing we will do is we will understand their business process. Okay. Then what, once the business process is understood, we will propose the solution to them, like these process, how this are going to fit in SAP. Then we will show them how SAP works. Okay. And this will be a document which we call it as business blueprint document. And once it is signed from the customer, then we move to the configuration phase. Once the configuration is done, then we go to the training phase. So we train the users, then we do the core activity like setting up the production system, and then we go live. So this, I've told you this in a very short way just to understand what is it. But when we start our course, we will go much more detail into that. So we went through why to learn, how is the course taught. Okay, so basically what we do while the course is we learn the business process first. So considering that you don't know anything, I will be letting you know what actually happens in a company, like how the PR is, not SAP, but how the requirement is generated, about what things, like in admin department, what they will give a request for, production, sales department, what do they need, finance, everything we will be discussing. All scenarios we will be discussing about that. And then what is PR? Then what is PO, like why do we create that, and all the business process we are going to learn that. So if you are a fresher, if you are not with this background, so don't worry, you will understand the business process. I'll make you understand the business process in a very good way. You will start visualizing it so that you will start remembering it. Then we will go to the SAP part. We'll learn how this business process is set up in SAP, how to use that, and then we'll move to the configurations, how to do the configurations. And then the interview part, we'll be doing 2, 3 mock interviews as much as you need to crack the interview. And the basic thing, the motive of your motive to learn this is you will learn this, you will get prepared for interview, you will give interview, and you will be placed somewhere in a IT company or manufacturing IT. This is your uh, ambition. My goal is to make you interview ready with each and everything, like your personal, like if someone asks you brief about yourself, even that we will be taking care of, and about SAP also, obviously. So these things we are going to cover uh, in our whole course. Then now there are a few things like how to set up SAP GUI. Just a minute. How to set up SAP in your system. So these are few screenshots. I'll be providing you the link from where you can download the software. And then these are the simple steps to download SAP, download and install SAP. We are going to go through that. And then this is SAP Fury. Basically, for SAP Fury, we have a SAP portal. Just a minute. Let me check. Where is that? Hmm. Okay. Okay. No worries. So this is a link which you can click, and then if you don't have user, go here, log in, click on login, and there is a simple process of creating a user. If you have a user, just come here, click on this, click on try now. This is actually SAP trial version. You will get it for 14 days. After 14 days, you will get it for 3 months. After that, 3 months, you will get it for 3 months. It will just ask you whether do you want to extend. You say yes, go ahead. So this particular link is provided by SAP itself. It's a trial version from SAP. So it is there for you always. So then we have this C process purchase requisition, manage purchase order, all of the things we have here. So we are going to just click on it and perform or create a purchase requisition from here. Okay. So this is the way like what SAP Fury is looking as we already saw in the slides. Okay. So you have the access. It's free for you, me, everyone all over the world. So you can just take this link and go ahead. Then there is like what we call this particular tab is this is a tile. We call it as a tile, SAP Fury tile. So these tiles are there, the list of tiles because not all users will get all tiles. So there is a list of tiles. So you can just go to SAP Fury app library. I'll just show you here SAP Fury library and you click on here. These things are little bit, you'll understand this after maybe 3 to 4 lectures. You will start understanding what is library, what are apps, what is tile. Tile and app is the same thing. So what is it? All things you will understand, but after 4 to 5 lectures. So don't worry if you don't understand right now. So here, after loading this, there will be a list of apps which you can see on this particular uh, screen. Okay. Then we'll more look into this particular like how to log in SAP and everything when we start actual uh, when we start next subjects. So this is a project methodology, as I told you. Like there are two methods, ASAP methodology, and the second is Activate methodology. So ASAP methodology has these 5 steps. So each step has multiple documentations which you have to do, and we are going to detail understand the project steps, what actually you do in a company when you go there, what is project preparation, business blueprint in detail. So you our approach is to go for full cycle implementation training. So if you see here documentation, so this is a business blueprint document. Okay, I'll just show you here business blueprint document. I have it here. Where is it? Where is it? Yes, this is the BRD document. Okay, so this is the document. So what you are going to learn here is how to prepare this document. So by understanding what is the content of that document. So we have the purchase requisition, quotation, domestic import, asset, service, subcontracting, all of these things here. So if I go to one of the process, just to show you the layout of the document, just a minute. Yes, here I can show this domestic procurement. So first of all, as is like what are they doing right now in their company? Then requirements, if they have some specific requirements, they will say, see, requirement is basically what they don't have in their current system and they want in SAP. So they will give some points. We want this in our system. So we just have to note it down over here. Then we have to let them know whether it is possible in SAP or we need to do some developments, all of these things. Then this is a flow chart of the process. The screen has become black. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, right now we'll not try searching that. Here it is the process start, purchase requisition, approval, contract will go for approval, then RFQ, then purchase order. So this is the process flow. See, when something is written in words, it is maybe difficult to understand and visualize what is the exact process and what is the process flow. So what we do is we give the process flow this way, and then we also write the process flow in description so that nothing is missed. Then if there is a gap is like SAP cannot fulfill a particular requirement. In that case, we write it as a gap. Then standard reports in SAP, RISEF objects will come to this. So what we are going to do is this is a 81 page document. So we are going to go through each page of this document in our session so that you understand what is required to actually do things in SAP. Okay, so yes, for today's session, we will stop here. So please let me know if you have any query, you can write in the chat. Okay, Mr. Amir, understand PR, very good. So anyone of you have any other query, please you can put it in the chat or even you can let me know on WhatsApp. So 922660857 is my WhatsApp. So you can ping me here. Okay. So from Monday night, 9 p.m. India time and KSA 6:30, we will start our sessions. Okay. There is no more demo. Uh, and we will start our session from Monday. Okay. Some time maybe what we will do is instead of 9, we will do 9:30, but we will be either at 9 or 9:30. So the duration or the time for a particular session will go to 1 hour to 1.5 hours. It depends on the chapter. It depends on the topic. Okay. If it's a small topic, it will be like 35 for not 35 actually, 45 minutes minimum and 45 minutes to 1 hour. This 45 minute is very less topics. It is usually 1 hour and few topics are a little bit bigger. It will go to 1.5 hours. Okay. So great. Uh, thank you very much. If you don't have any questions, I'll just close the call. You can ping me on WhatsApp, obviously. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Good night.